What is up, crypto gang? Welcome back to another episode of Hack Crypto, where we hack our cryptocurrency and blockchain education. If you guys are brand new here, we do a small little giveaway at the beginning of every single episode, and today's winner is Run Crypto Run. Thanks so much for commenting on the previous videos. Run Crypto Run just sent you a wax NFT. If you guys want a chance to win on the next video, like this, helps the channel. Comment about the subject that I'm going to be going over with your wax wallet address, and don't forget to be subscribed. On this episode, I am going to be going over Equilibria network. Now, this is a really pretty complex project, and part of what I really like to do on this channel is spend some time researching and digging into the different wikis and the different white papers and trying to simplify down the best I possibly can for everybody to understand the high level of what really complex projects like this are trying to accomplish. So before we get into Equilibria, it's important to understand what an oracle is. And an oracle is effectively trying to bridge the gap between data in the outside world and data on the blockchain. So having an oracle do this and merging those two worlds together is very important to have happen in the near future, because if we're going to be migrating data on chain to all these different blockchains out there, we need to have some method to do it, and oracles are that method. A decentralized oracle network is effectively where a bunch of different oracle nodes are being operated by individuals or institutions, and they are able to support the transfer of that data onto different blockchains. Probably the most famous example here, of course, is Chainlink, and they have been really trying to pioneer decentralized oracle networks and really trying to help bridge that data getting on chain. Now to get into the fun part, talking about Equilibria. This is a project that is a fork of Monero, so transactions are private and untraceable. An important part here is that people can mine Equilibria and they can also run their own oracle node. To ensure that no central entity is going to be in control of the Equilibria network, what they've done is made it so that these individual oracle nodes have to, complete assignments. And in order to do so, they follow something called the Pythia. So Pythia is an oracle sidechain that is for Equilibria itself. And this allows it to basically solve most issues that blockchain is facing today. Bringing data on blockchain is extremely hard and complicated, and a lot of issues will arise over the next few years with companies trying to port over data. And it is very imperative that something like Pythia exists to really help migrate that data over for various different blockchains. They've designed this Pythia oracle so that it can help all different types of blockchains. Their goal here is to be agnostic. As more big name projects get into the crypto space, there's going to be a desperate need for smart contracts to be developed so that data can fluidly move back and forth. It can be put on chain, it can be moved around to different chains. And I think that that is a very important concept that Equilibria is really trying to accomplish. Equilibria is helping smart contracts retrieve things like your price data, loan collateralization, the weather. Literally all these different pieces of data can be retrieved by these Equilibria created smart contracts. So onto my favorite section here, which is token economics. I love talking about this because it includes all these different components of game theory, cooperative games, non-cooperative games. The Equilibria Oracle Network utilizes a token called XEQ. There's 84 million of them. Blockchain is both proof of work as well as proof of stake. So it can be mined and it can be staked, which I love. The hybrid, the best of both worlds here for the XEQ token. By creating this mining and staking hybrid here, what you have is you have rewards going to the miners as well as you have rewards going to these node operators, these Oracle node operators. I think that that is a really fantastic way where they're able to split the transaction fees between the people that are participating in the governance of the blockchain. I think that that's a really cool and clever model to get everybody involved here. And also you can, of course, download their desktop app to participate in the staking directly on your desktop, which decentralizes the network even further. But once again, you can do mining with proof of work. You can do staking with a wallet you download directly on your desktop. And also you can run this Oracle node to help with the network. And that also gets reward. And this is all taking place with the 84 million total supply of XEQ tokens. And every time a transaction transaction and payment is taking place, a fee is then distributed out across all of these people that are participating in the network. So at the time of recording this, it's a 15% APY on the staking reward. There's over 80 nodes running, the Oracle nodes. That is very exciting to see that level of decentralization already this early on, because each node acts as a data requester and a validator. And I think that this is something that a lot of people aren't focusing on because it is hyper technical. Because when we talk about decentralization, 80 Oracle nodes, and we talk about decentralizing Oracle networks and things like that, often people's eyes go cross and glaze over and they're not that interested. But ultimately what this is doing is it's working behind the scenes. This technology is going to be operating entirely behind the scenes. You're not going to be noticing that you're using it in the future, but it is a really empowering concept knowing that data is being fed into a distributed ledger in the background that's private and it's untraceable. These Oracle nodes are community run, which is what crypto stands for. The decentralization aspect is amazing, but ultimately having the community running these projects is what really matters to the community. So on the Equilibria homepage, you can see there that it's Ethereum, Cardano, DOT, as well as Binance circulating around the Equilibria logo. And I think that this is a view into the future. They want to be agnostic. They want to have this cross-chain interoperability. They really want to have all of these bridges created where they're able to have this data fluidly transacting across all these different blockchains. And this is what I believe to be the future, where you have all these different types of databases existing on all these different sites and platforms and businesses and services in the future. And ultimately, that data needs to be able to be fluidly moved back and forth. So the hybrid proof of work and proof of stake model rewards people for holding these XEQ tokens for about 30 days. And if you're doing it on a monthly basis, is how you're tracking your return, they're seeing about 15% in staking returns. The cool part about this is that this hybrid model is allowing people that are staking the XEQ token to earn 50% of the block rewards. So the Oracle nodes are earning 50% of the block rewards plus the fees, all the fees that are coming from the Oracle services, which I think is a pretty phenomenal way of utilizing this hybrid model. So miners are getting their rewards and stakers are getting their rewards. And if you are a miner out there and you're interested in Monero, I know my friend Seth Estrada has always been talking about Monero all the time. And I think that this is something that he would probably be interested in because it is a fork. And in order to GPU mine this Equilibria token, the XEQ token, you are going to download a basic fork of the XMR staker miner, which is pretty fantastic. It's easy to use. You download it right onto your desktop in a zip file. And I will be leaving the link, of course, to all of this in the description below. Now, this does require some technical knowledge. So if you're not that technical, definitely just check out the website, check out how you can get involved on Uniswap, and just learn a little bit about how these decentralized Oracle node networks are going to work, because it is going to be a big deal operating in behind the scenes. So definitely learn more about how Oracles are going to be transferring data over, and especially how Equilibria is planning on generating these smart contracts to really help nurture this in the near future. That's really going to be blockchain agnostic, and I'm excited to see all of these chains working together, passing data smoothly between each other. That is it for my overview here of Equilibria. I tried to do as high level as I could just so everybody can understand this hybrid proof of work and proof of stake model that's really trying to address an important issue of moving data on to various different blockchains. It's going to be super important over the next decade, all of the infrastructure being set up for more projects to be releasing all these types of data onto these different blockchains. So I like what Equilibria is doing. And that is it for this episode. Definitely slap a like if you like it. All the links will be in the description below. Try the staking, try to download the miner. It's a really cool concept. And that is it. I will see you guys on the next episode of Hack Crypto.